I was already hurting before it happened, but pain was familiar. What stunned me was clarity. One moment I was explaining myself, believing words still mattered. The next moment my body answered for me, corrected without discussion, handled like an inconvenience. The car continued forward, tires humming, radio low. Sunlight moved across the dashboard. My breath shortened while everyone else stayed calm. That calm explained everything. This was allowed. This was practiced. This was older than me. Something locked into place inside my bones. I understood anger fades, but permission stays. Bodies remember rules before minds catch up. I stopped asking questions and started observing. In our families, survival often begins the moment hope quietly steps aside. The sound came fast and sharp. My sister laughed, not out of fear or confusion, but enjoyment. That laughter landed heavier than the pain itself. It told me exactly where protection ended and loyalty began. Her smile wasn't accidental. It was learned. I saw how alignment works inside families. You survive by standing near power, not by challenging it. I understood then how cruelty earns approval when it entertains the right people. No one corrected her. No one asked if I was okay. The moment passed like a shared joke. That laugh rewrote my understanding of family forever. Blood does not guarantee safety. Sometimes it teaches you who will step over you first. What followed wasn't yelling or apology. It was nothing. Silence settled over everything like it belonged there. No one slowed down. No one questioned what happened. The world simply adjusted and kept moving. That silence taught me how harm survives families. Not through chaos, but through routine. When nobody reacts, cruelty becomes background noise. It stops feeling urgent. It starts feeling deserved. I learned that day how children are trained to doubt their own instincts. When nobody names what happened, the body absorbs blame. Normal isn't peaceful. Normal is what repeats without consequence. In that quiet space, I learned to recognize danger without sound. Silence, I realized, can be the most effective accomplice in the room. The doctor didn't rush. That pause mattered. His eyes stayed where others glanced away. He asked careful questions, not accusatory, just steady, the kind meant to gather truth, not protect comfort. He listened longer than expected. He noticed details families pretend not to see. My answers surprised even me. They came out clear, practiced, shaped by years of explanation that never landed. The room felt different. Quiet, but intentional. For the first time, my pain wasn't minimized or rebranded as discipline. It was documented. Treated seriously. That moment didn't fix everything, but it shifted gravity. Someone outside the family finally acknowledged what my body had known all along. Recognition can feel like relief even when consequences remain uncertain. It was one sentence, spoken evenly, without heat. The kind of question that doesn't accuse, but refuses to cooperate with denial. The room changed instantly. Adults panic when truth arrives calmly. Nobody shouted. Nobody interrupted. Faces tightened. Explanations arrived late and poorly rehearsed. That question forced everyone to confront what they had normalized through repetition and silence. I watched power scramble. Not loudly, but internally. The air grew heavy with unspoken calculations. That was the moment I learned clarity is more dangerous than anger. Calm truth leaves no escape routes. It exposes systems people depend on to stay unchallenged. That single question didn't raise its voice, but it rearranged the room permanently. Some truths don't need volume. They only need space to exist. Authority changed quietly. No announcements. No confrontation. Just paperwork, notes, and measured decisions. Medical language replaced family excuses. Facts replaced emotional control. For the first time, my story existed beyond our walls. It lived in records, not memories. That changed everything. Fear moved to the other side of the room without anyone naming it. I realized power doesn't always shout. Sometimes it documents. Sometimes it waits. Watching adults adjust to accountability was revealing. The confidence they carried earlier disappeared. They spoke carefully now. I learned then that institutions can interrupt cycles families protect. Not perfectly, but meaningfully. That shift didn't heal me overnight, but it cracked something open. My experience became real in a world that didn't depend on obedience to survive. I didn't grow up furious. I grew up alert. I noticed tone before words. I studied rooms before speaking. Boundaries came before affection because safety taught me faster than love ever did. Adulthood didn't erase the past. It clarified it. I learned that loyalty without protection is a trap. That silence is a choice, not a virtue. I stopped confusing endurance with strength. I built a life where my body could rest, where explanations weren't demanded, where respect arrived without fear. Survival gave me discernment, not bitterness. I learned to choose environments carefully and people slowly. Peace became intentional, not inherited. What I carried forward wasn't damage alone, but awareness sharpened by experience and guided by self-respect. I'm telling this now because silence ages people faster than pain. It settles into bones and teaches acceptance where resistance once lived. Older generations deserve stories that tell the truth without spectacle or shouting. This isn't about revenge or exposure. It's about recognition. About naming moments many lived through but never discussed. Time doesn't heal what remains unnamed. Sometimes the moment that breaks you is also the moment clarity arrives. Sometimes being seen once is enough to change a lifetime. If this story sounds familiar, you are not weak for remembering it. You are strong for surviving it. And if you stayed silent for decades, this is your reminder that your voice still matters, even now.